Hey guys, and welcome to my general combat AFKing guide. I decided to make this guide because this will give you a general overview of what you need and what could be useful for AFKing with combat to make money or gain combat experience. So if you don't know exactly what's useful for AFKing or what is, be sure to watch this video. So when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax and enjoy. So let's first start off talking about what AFKing actually is, for the very few people that do not know what AFKing actually is. AFK literally stands for away from keyboard. Now AFKing in Runescape is usually said when something requires little to no attention, meaning that you could do something else on the side or be away from your keyboard for a certain period of time. This video is focused towards AFKing with combat, as AFKing with skilling can pretty much be done without any items depending on the skill. Now why would you AFK? AFKing actually takes the grind out of RuneScape with both skilling and combat, although this video is again focused towards combat. AFKing is also a way to be efficient, as you can AFK while doing other games or activities IRL. If you have an alternative account or even more accounts, you can AFK a few of those while focusing on a different account. And if you have access to the RuneScape mobile beta, you can pretty much AFK anywhere and everywhere. Now here's a gigantic list of useful things for AFK in combat, for experience and for money making. The beneficial items are to the left and some situational items are to the right, depending on which creature you're killing or what method you are doing. I will briefly be going over each of these items, though if you want to know everything about these items, you can Google them on the RuneScape wiki yourself. Now the most beneficial item on this list for AFK in combat for monsters that do not attack you already or are aggressive are the aggression potions. Now the scrimshot of aggression is also good, but only one monster at a time will attack you. But with the aggression potion, multiple can attack you at the same time and will attack you much faster, making this item amazing for Slayer and combat AFK farming. Now the blood amulet is also a very good item. You can add a blood necklace shard to a variety of necklaces, the dungeoneering necklaces, or a fury as a tribrid necklace. Now this item is just a passive healing item and amazing for AFKing. The next item, the vampirism aura, also heals you a percentage of the damage that you do, making it great for AFKing. Much like the penance aura, but with the penance aura you get prayer points for the damage that you take. Both are great auras. Now the bone necklace is also a useful item, especially when killing a monster that drops bones and you have a bone crusher in conjunction with this item, as this way you pretty much have unlimited prayer. Of course, any stat boosting potion will be beneficial, overloads being the best, clearly has to be on this list. Then the spring cleaner is also very useful for cleaning up salvage drops, also AFKing the ones if you have a higher level spring cleaner, making it passive GP in your pouch pretty much. Very useful to bring along. A legendary pet is also useful for picking up noted drops, at least the ones that you do not area loot. Then again, the crushing items, the bone crusher, the herbicide and the seedicide, all very useful. Then of course the charming imp, which is amazing if you want to train summoning and are going for max, as it auto picks up your charms and crushes the ones that you do not want. Amazing item, costs a bit of dungeoneering tokens though, but thanks to elite dungeon leeches and sinkholes, it's not that hard. Now there are some abilities on screen that you can see that are amazing for AFKing. The Ice Asylum ability, the second one, is only really useful if you cannot heal enough using a Blood Fury, Vampirism Aura or Scrimshaw of Vampirism, which is only for melee by the way, the last one. The other abilities like the Death Swiftness on the first slot and the third slot being Sunshine are unlocked through the World Wakes quest, which are amazing damage boosters while being AFK and are great for Revolution++. Now the third to last and second to last abilities which look alike are the Corruption Shot and Blast abilities, which are amazing area of effect abilities for ranged and magic, which can be obtained from buying a Mazcap ability codex and using it. These are highly recommended to get, but it will cost you around 10 to 15 mil GP. And the last ability being Sacrifice is a little healer, which you can unlock from killing God Rush Dungeon 1 bosses. And of course the Aftershock perk, a amazing area of effect damage boost to any augmented weapon. Now there's also a lot of situational things listed here, like the gem bag, which can hold uncut gems and is especially useful if you're killing something like abyssal demons, which drops a lot of uncut gems. Certain invention perks are also situational, like the slayer perks. For example, the demon slayer is especially useful when killing demons, like again abyssal demons. And the caroming perk, which is extremely expensive, is useful for some extra hits using ricochet or chain. The Smoke Devil Familiar or the Demon Brawler Familiars are also useful to get monsters aggro to you and have a area of effect ability using the scrolls. Any Ideal Healing Familiar is also useful, for example a Bunyip, which I like to use myself when AFKing Slayer, the Slayer Masks, which you can obtain from Treasure Hunter or from the Shattered Worlds reward shop for Anima, are of course useful for the teleports, and stuff like the Cinderbane Gloves and Weapon Poison are amazing if you are killing monsters that are not immune to poison. And of course the curses like Soul Split for healing is situational, but generally speaking you can use it at any monster. Now there are some other useful items, but these are most of the good ones. Something like an Enhanced Excalibur can be used for healing, but then again you're not really AFKing if you're using that item. Anyways, let's move on to an example setup, shall we? Now this is just one example AFK setup which can be used for mid-tier monster farming and the Abyss. This is only a melee setup. If you want to have a full gearing guide for either melee, ranged or magic, check out my gearing guides instead. This is just a basic example to give you guys some knowledge about. So there is an action bar on screen, but if you want more action bars for AFKing, check out my full AFK action bars video. Now the gear here is low to mid level. It's just a full bundle setup using a Berserker ring, a Blood Amulet of Fury, a Strength skill cape, could be a fire cape or skill cape, and the Masuta's War Spear, which is a halberd weapon, which is tier 82 I believe, being better than an attuned crystal halberd or a normal crystal halberd, but just a bit less good than a Dragon Rider Lance or Noxious Scythe. Now, with this setup, I actually want to say, focus on non-degradable gear if you're a low to mid-level player looking to AFK combat experience, as this way you're going to negate a lot of cost. And you want to be saving money and making money while AFKing and getting combat experience, not losing money and gaining combat experience. Unless you are a high level player, augmented gear or more expensive degradable gear can be used on high level mobs that make you more money, or if you just want a higher experience rate. Though I recommend using this in non-profit situations, like the Abyss, or Armored Zombies, which is, it is a profit, but it's just so small that you're going to be losing money if you have a augmented weapon and armor. For range, this setup could be similar, using Armador armor and Chinchompas and an offhand crossbow, or just using a two-handed bow for AFKing. Now with this AFK action bar, you want to be using Revo++, aka Revolution, using thresholds and ultimate abilities automatically. You can see a video of me on screen on how to activate this in your settings. Though this example is just to show you a baseline of an AFK setup. And with that being said, if you have any questions, just drop them down in the comments below. Let's move on to some great AFK combat examples, non-profitable and profitable. Now many of these combat AFK methods listed on screen may be known to you if you're a mid to high level player. Though if you're a newer player watching this video, I will say most of these are again mid to high level and will require you to have higher combat stats and a decent amount of armor and useful items listed before. Now these methods are not just for combat experience. No, they're also to make money and to train other skills at the same time. An example of this would be the Fire Watches, giving you prayer, fire making and farming experience alongside combat experience and profit. Now the only really non-profit monsters on this list are the Abyss and the Armored Zombies. And the reason I say the Armored Zombies is because they drop noted planks and such, and they don't really make you as much money as they used to. But they still give you 500k plus combat experience per hour, which for AFKing is quite nice. Now at the bottom of the list, I did mention the Sourdoman encampment. Now you can actually AFK the Sourdoman encampment with enough healing equipment. Scrimshot Vampirism, Blood Fury, Soul Split, Vampirism Aura, all while still maintaining good experience per hour. Now the profit is only profit if you do not AFK and area loot the drops, and use a sprinkling of course the crush, the salvage, and battle staves and stuff like that. But yeah, this is just a list of monsters. I do have separate guides for almost all of these, so if you're interested in those, check my monster guides playlist. I know I'm saying this a lot and referring to a lot of different videos with this guide, but like I said, this is just a baseline and a general explanation video on how to AFK. And I hope a newer player or someone new to AFKing has learned a lot from this video. And with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful, leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.